You know, Bill, some people say that energy is the tech was supposed to be. You know, and that we look forward to having not only a laboratory for other people's technology, but also developing our own energy technology here in Hawaii. So, of course, with all technology and all research and development, you need capital, and we haven't had a lot of capital. But now it seems through the Energy Accelerator we have some capital. What happened?
Well, Jay, it's good news for clean energy startups in Hawaii. The Hawaii Energy Accelerator, that's spelled EXECELERATR, part of the booming accelerator movement that's sweeping the nation, just received $30 million from the Office of Naval Research, Asia Pacific Educational Technology Program, which is fantastic, really. You know how hard it's been to get our own high net worth individuals and institutions to write checks to local venture funds to fund our tech entrepreneurs. And so it looks like the Navy sees the light, sees the advantage of helping us out here in Hawaii, long perceived to be a great incubator for new energy technologies.
That's great. You know, and it is consistent with the notion that Hawaii has great energy resources and it's a great laboratory to develop those resources. For the lack of capital, I think we've been using technology from elsewhere, but with capital, we can really go places and we can develop, you know, entrepreneurial situations and startup companies that will actually, you know, be a laboratory for clean energy. That's what we need to do. It's really important. So this is a great thing. I think the Navy, you know, recognizes this, and that's why they funded this program.
Well, they're not typical venture capitalists. I mean, one of the problems, especially with clean energy, is the high upfront cost of developing a new technology, proving the technology, and then waiting to get it into the marketplace and generating returns. So the typical venture capitalist is shying away from those kinds of investments these days. They want to see a much shorter path to cash flow. So much money was spent on clean energy over the last 10 years that still hasn't paid off yet, that it's going to take organizations like the Office of Naval Research to pick up the slack, because for the last several years, venture funding of clean energy has really gone into the dumps. So I think this is very positive. It's a small amount of money, but it's enough to help some startups. I mean, the Energy Accelerator already has provided seed funding for 17 startups. This is enough to get them off the ground, but then they're going to have to go out and raise the big bucks to you know, go further. But that's what it's all about. It's at least giving these folks with some creative ideas a chance to, you know, get started, plant a seed, and make something happen.
Well, that sounds like an operative term, seed and seed funding, because if they can make something happen with the $30 million from ONR, then maybe the regular venture capital guys will come around in the next phase of it and put in some regular venture capital. Don't you think there's a stimulating effect here, isn't there?
Yeah, well, that's the hardest part. You know, so many companies fail that venture capital guys don't want to, you know, take that early stage risk, and it's very, very risky. So I think with the kind of pump priming that the government would supply in this case to get these guys over the startup hump, then, you know, with a little proof of concept.
That's good news. Not only good news, it has all kinds of secondary possibilities. So maybe it'll get us on a good track going forward. I always knew the Navy had a big heart. Thanks, ONR. That's very nice of you. Do it again.
And the more of it, the more the better.
We don't mind from wherever it comes, but we like the Navy too. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Jay.